Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the...
And we're back in the fast lane, ladies and gents, other side of a Formula One with lots and lots of controversy.
Plenty of bumping and plenty of action.
The bump and grind.
It's what we want. It's what we look for. I mean, look, there was definitely a build-up to that. I mean, we saw Max getting taken out by Russell initially into that first corner, diving, bumping him off. And so for people at home, you must understand the frustration in the car. He's already not winning.
Yeah.
Max is a winner. Doesn't want to come second or third. And then we saw Leclerc also bump him. Yes, it could be, they were touching and he was bumping and they were bumping. But at the end of the day, he was getting kind of knocked around a little bit, which Max doesn't like, and he decided to return the favor. And I can understand in the heat of the moment that he would do something like that, because he'd say, okay, you can just take me off the track, you can just bump me, I'm going to do it back. So, look,
but then George Russell afterwards come back and what the role model for the kids.
It's not like Michael Jackson. It's all about the kids. It's all for the kids.
Oh, come on. This is what rivalry is all about. You got to get there, get your, what they say, get your fists out, get out there and be competitive, get emotional, 100%. And same around the rugby. The whole rugby story from last week about winking at the opposition. The opposition turns around and swears. We had a big thing on the show this week talking about parents' stance on sporting icons being slightly softer than we've seen before.
Yes.
And what people's opinions were on that.
Yeah.
And by and large, people thought that with media as it is at the moment, the fact that everyone's got access to media, everyone's got an opinion.
Yeah.
And the opinions came out strongly about going, listen, let them just be races and compete at their, and if they go out and they get their shoulders out, get involved.
Love it. So it's been happening for generations.
Yeah.
But what I must say, I was watching the Formula 1, afterwards they have the pit talk, with the Sky News guys. And, they kept asking the other two, I forget their names now, what do you think of the incident? Oh, no, we have to review the footage. I mean,
I know, have an opinion on it.
Yeah, why are they always on the fence?
I'd rather not say.
Let's say how you feel. And so Nico Rosberg did that, and I loved it. He said, look, let's be honest, guys. He bumped him, he rammed him. It is what it is, So I'm glad like because it's like refreshing in a way.
Sure.
Don't be on the fence all the time.
Moenie 'n draadsetter, 'n draadtrekker wees. Draadtrekker of 'n draadsitter. Wat wil jy wees?
Ja.
Wat 'n een wil jy wees?
Ja.
Choose one. Kies een. Wil jy 'n draadtrekker of 'n draadsitter wees? That's Afrikaans for all our foreign viewers, by the way.
Yeah.
Listen, let's also quickly talk. This weekend we're racing out and it's on two wheels.
Yeah, we're going to Spain, obviously home Grand Prix for the Marquez brothers. Obviously, we want to see the two of them would love to be on the podium. I mean, the fans, I think they get over 250,000 of spectators over the weekend. So it's the Oregon MotoGP. And Aprilia obviously getting the last win. So hopefully they can be in the mix. We're just seeing Yamaha seems to be improving. Honda seems to be more in the mix. So it's good to see the other manufacturers thereabouts. So they all want to obviously get back to winning ways. And it's great for the sport. I mean, you hooked on it now as well.
Absolutely love it.
And the action is really close. Obviously, Binder, I don't know, it's just a struggle for them at the moment on that KTM. They just can't seem to get back up to pace. But look, hopefully eventually they'll also work it out. I think things have settled now as, all the financial worries with KTM.
Sure.
It's going to be a very exciting sprint race, main race. So at least something to watch there. Local, we see stock cars being moved to Friday night in Worcester.
Yes.
Obviously, that's a legendary race that in Worcester everyone comes out to.
We've got to go do that one. We've got to go pack a cooler box and head out to Worcester for one Friday to go do stock car racing.
No, we must.
And oval circuit racing.
Yeah, so they moved it from Saturday because of the rain that's coming this weekend. They're going to see them racing Friday night. And then we've got the South African Endurance Series at Killarney International Raceway.
Nice. Hey, big shout out to Tiny. Hey, Tiny, all the best. The voice of Killarney.
Feeding us all the information of what's going on.
All the guys and girls at Killarney International Raceway. Good luck this weekend. And we've had a busy week, a very busy week. In actual fact, John and I got to go to our favorite people on earth, the official show sponsors, by the way, Puma and Oakley. Both of them have come to the party in a big way. Puma, we went shopping today. Let's get producer Alex over here to bring into shot number one of two pairs of racing boots.
Look at this.
Put on your boots.
Ryan, these boots are so light. And they just, I mean, we both felt extremely fast standing
Twinkle
still.
toes.
Standing
Twinkle
still,
toes.
we felt fast. Look at this.
These are Puma. Now, Puma have got a long legacy and history of being involved in football. All the way back to the days of Pele. Pele famously played in Puma Kings.
Yeah.
In actual fact, there was a large, and then Maradona, Puma Kings. Some of the greats have been with the brand Puma for years.
Yeah.
Some of the greats, John Williams, Ryan O'Connor, in the area. And obviously in our Puma boots, ahead of a massive clash for the over 50s, the Edgemead Soccer Club. Speaking of which, have a look at this. So at Puma, our favorite store, there's music in the background. I hope we don't get infringement rights for the music. But John and I have got a massive game this evening, and we're just going through the fitting process of options. So have a look at some of these options at the moment.
Look at this. Beautiful. Look at the colors.
These are the latest color scheme at the moment that are out.
Yeah.
And these are on the shelf. And Puma, obviously for donkey's years, since the 60s and 70s, known as for their Puma King. Remember the whole Puma King?
Yeah.
And these are the Kings as well. So we're going to try them out, give them a bash, and then some apparel to keep us nice and warm afterwards as well. And the soccer ball as well. There we go. The new Premier League match ball as well. We're taking that with us. I must say, John, it's pretty nerve-wracking being back on this field again with boots on and togs on and waiting to go run out. Team are all like, no one's really warming up, which is quite concerning because,
Saving it for the match.
Greenpoint, there's some serious Oaks in that team there, and the Oaks are looking very anxious. We're just here for a jaw, a good time, and of course the auction afterwards. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel light. A
Take me
little
through
bit
the
tired
stretching
after the warm-up, but feeling good with our boots. Our fancy light boots. Well, there goes the ball.
pace. There goes the match ball.
But
Unbelievable.
looking forward. I didn't think we'd run out here, but looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Listen, it's all about fun, all about over 50s. I'm looking at the opposition over there. Doesn't look like there's too many over 50s their side. A lot of over 40s, but hey, then again, you and I also aren't over 50s.
Listen, I'm glad we also managed to pull a bit of a crowd here. Huge crowd standing behind Alex.
This is capacity
Don't show
crowd.
Alex.
Just going to get a lot of crowd shots of the same people over and over to produce some amazing heroics. 90 minutes, thank God it's not. It's only 35 minutes aside both ways. Let's play some football.
So these bad boys are the things you need on a wet, damn tricky field like this. I tell you what, traction, speed, agility, it's got it all. Did I say the looks? The crowd are loving the looks.
Now there's a lot of midfield action happening at the moment. Edgemead, of course, leading 2-0, but I've pulled in Coach Phil De Lange here. Coach Phil De Lange, the 3-4 formation, not paying off at the moment.
Yeah, no, I wanted him to give me 110%. They're only giving me 98% right now. I'm seeing a lot of action in the midfield, but I want him to crankshaft up the attacks to the right and flank it from the left, and hopefully we'll get some goals down the middle.
You speak about the drawing board. What do you want to point out on the drawing board at the moment?
But the Koki is out of ink.
And there you have it. Koki out of ink, and so are the gas out of the legs out of these young men.
Ladies and gentlemen, raised for Phil De Lange tonight, 57,250 rand!
So, John, that was a feeling worse for wear after the game. Well done to both teams. Greenpoint Solutions, one of my former teams. In actual fact, it's quite lekker. We talk about sport and growing up playing sport. Both of us played extensive sport. But some of the clubs, played for Buddhas, played for Edgemead, played for Bellville City, played for, like I mentioned, Salesians, played for Durbanville.
Seven Stars.
There was a history,
Hellenic.
correct, of football.
Portuguese League.
Portuguese League, played a game or two for Vasco, played FIFA on the weekend for England. So there's a lot of football we played, but that was very special. A huge thanks to Marco and the guys at the over 50s, and then sticking around for that comedy afterwards where producer Phil was there. And with Bettify, we gave away some money for a great cause, and that's sending producer Phil over to Edinburgh. But to get energy levels up, we also had Ian Banner come talk to us about a product called Energy. To get in touch with our soul. Oh, soul mio, my soul to Rio. Let's have a look at these products that apparently earth us. Now, on the Fastlane, we're really all about, pioneering the way forward in terms of innovation, and somebody who's doing it with an incredible product in terms of energy. You know, you and I have to have lots of it, but some days we don't feel like it. We wake up and we don't feel like we actually have what it takes to make it through the day. This is where this all-new product comes to market, and it's all about your energy levels. And to tell us more about energy, spelled N-E-R-G-I-I, is Ian Banner. And it's so lucky to have you back on our podcast, Ian, and back talking about all things with regard to energy. Talk to us about this innovation of yours.
Thanks, Ryan. Firstly, great to be with you guys once more. And you're 100% right. Some people don't realize that we are all just energy.
Sure.
Everything in our bodies resonates through frequency. And I was privileged to meet up with a man who spent his life essentially searching for the natural energy in the earth. And he found a way to be able to tap into it. And today, we're able to take, so I'd like to give a reference before people think we're completely crazy.
Yeah.
People understand grounding.
Absolutely.
Or earthing, which is where you walk on the earth, and what happens there is electrons, negative electrons, travel up into your body and connect with a positron, and there's a little electrical reaction, and you get energized. There's a reason people talk about, I feel energized. That's exactly what's happening. And what we've done is we've worked with this gentleman to target the mitochondria. They are the energy factories in our cells.
Okay.
And that is what converts our nutrition into energy.
Got you.
And our inner cells hold that energy.
Yes.
You wear them 4 hours a day, just when you're relaxing, not when you're running or jumping around. And this is for everybody. It's for the couch potato too.
Absolutely.
Because we all need to energize. We all need our mitochondria to function optimally. Yeah. And that's what we target in a completely natural way.
I love it. Importantly, this is done by a scientific formula. They've got the means to be able to read your body, find out the exact state of your current situation, whether you are an office worker or you're a paddle player or an Olympic runner or an athlete. Wherever you are in life, they've got the systems in place to be able to test you and tell you what you're in need of. And importantly, they've got the product that'll help you out as well. So, Ian, looking forward to this product in the market in a big way in the next couple of weeks. You're seeing this exclusive and as a first on the Fastlane. And importantly, we'll let you know when it'll be available for you to go along and come and be tested. It's a 5-minute process to have you tested, to find out where you are, where your energy levels are, and then more importantly, how we can fix them. Because that's ultimately what it's about. There's nothing like being told, hey, listen, your energy levels are at an all-time low, and you go, well, thanks, doc. Or now what? Well, guess what? There's something that's on the market now that's going to help you.
And if I could just add, the Fastlane is truly the very first media outlet that is talking about this. I haven't done anything yet. And I think this will be a little powerhouse out of South Africa for the world.
For the world.
And you'll have announced it first right here.
Folks, you got it absolutely first. All the links in the description. Importantly, go get yourself tested soon. It's coming your way soon. A huge thanks to Dr. Costa, to Kim, and of course Ian Banner for bringing this product to the world and importantly helping you remain positive and in a positive state. It's tight, very tight. Max Smart is here, rally driver. Very good results. I've got to beat this. I'm competitive with everything. I'm going to beat him. I've got to beat these results. I'm seeing him. He's getting a lecture from the doc over here about what he needs to do. I need to do nothing. I'm a machine. T's and C's is that these oaks spoke the whole time while I was meant to be relaxing. John even let one go. Right over here. How am I supposed to breathe through that? It smelled like figs. First, he's proven that he has a heart because I can see the beat. There it goes. Doof, 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 doof. Look how quiet and still John is as he's getting his heart rate done. Oblivious to the noise around him. Hello, I am John Williams. John Winky Williams. I'd like to buy the hamburger. So it's actually very interesting. So I have 200 mitochondria that are working. 202. It was a higher score than Max's. And now I'm going to see. John's going to have like 5 that are working. The rest of them are striking. The rest have gone to their union. They've gone to the union of mitochondria.
So
But
the
that's just-
combination. You got the brain power. I got the willpower.
He scored 1 out of 7 in the brain. I went back.
What did I get 7 for my brain?
1 out of 7.
Yes, I'll take that one. So this is it, ladies and gents. Look at it, nice and neatly packaged. And this is what I have to wear 4 hours a day. Obviously, when I'm running, when I'm at home, when I'm chilling, 4 hours a day. And as John's having his results read out, it actually speaks volumes as to not only where your energy levels are, but the kind of state of being from a mental point of view, from a physical point of view, and overall, you kind of a room for improvement in terms of my results. And I can't wait. Kim says I must wear this for 4 hours a day. And the good news about this is every month you get a chance to get a new one, charged up and ready to get you performing at your optimum.
And that's where your coordination.
Just say the good parts. Don't worry about that.
All of the parts.
No, I was just saying his body's really good. I mean, he scores 7 out of 7. So in other words, he recovers fully from load. Okay, but his brain was 2.6 out of 7. Which is, but I said what's quite interesting, when your brain's in that state, it will only push certain neural drive to your muscles and everything. So instead of sending you 100% to do something, I only send you 60%. Then you feel like, shit, I'm training and hard, and I'm pushing it. Meanwhile, you're not. You're putting no pressure on that body.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the MRI?
That way.
Yes, energy up.
Let me just quickly get the MRI. Okay, so his mitochondria are 474. But his body's good.
That's the point.
That's
And there
the
it is.
point.
You see it reflect.
Earth, wind, and fire. Look at that.
That's why we're on fire in the field.
100%. It's the souls. Get diamonds
Because how
in the
much?
souls
You
of
had
my
about 12 minutes of peak performance, and I had
Peak
about
performance.
13.
Yeah, we're on fire.
We were.
12 minutes is 11 minutes more than I normally perform. Listen, also, let's talk a little bit about the cars. We've had the fortune of driving the new Veto this week. It is the 1119 CDI. I mean, I don't know why Merck just don't call it the CDI. The Veto CDI, because it'll be the only CDI. Instead, it's the Veto 119 CDI. Have a look. John, this is it inside the all-new Veto 119 CDI. Now, 119 CDI is a lot of name for a vehicle that's as utilitarian as this. This is, you'll see them on the road, they're mainly configured to be transporters. And by that, they normally have a lot of loading space at the back. The seats aren't at the back. There's typically a driver, somebody to help assist offloading whatever's being delivered. But these are great delivery vehicles. The 119 is synonymous for being extremely economical, and Mercedes kind of a take at the V-Class, but a cargo version of the V-Class.
It's a very fancy cargo version, though, I must say.
Now, this is configured in a different way. This is configured to carry passengers and cargo. So you'll notice there's seats at the back for 3 occupants, but behind that, plenty of load space. And what I love about it is they've redone the whole interior of this Veto, specifically this 119 CDI. Loads of room, probably one of the best views.
Can you say that again, please?
Mercedes-Benz thinks I'm talking to her, so I'm not going to talk to her.
No, not yet. We don't need her yet.
Not yet, but in actual fact, we'll test her along this route as we have a look at a nice vintage car
look at that.
rolling here. Very nice looking set of wheels there.
Looks like John Wick there.
It does look like he's got a John Wick suit and car on it to boot. John,
I'm sorry.
plenty.
Can you say that again, please?
This is so classic. Mercedes-Benz thinks we're talking to her, but like I said, plenty of room inside this cabin.
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that right now.
Okay, no problem.
Jeez, we're not used to all this attention.
This
Our wives
is
don't give
the
us that kind of attention.
Most attention I've ever had. John, plenty of room. The back we were saying can load 4 sets of golf clubs. You can load more than that. You can probably have standing upright 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 mountain bikes in the back. Great vehicle to drive and be behind
You
you.
also got a lot of height, which is quite nice. So, like you say, if you need to really move things, or even surfboards or bigger things, you can actually fit it in.
Yeah.
So I can't think of a better way to travel, especially if you've got kids, and they want to, like smaller kids, you want to throw the bikes and you want to throw the skateboards, the golf clubs, and all the recreational things that you want to use.
I love these V-Series cars. The Vetos for me are fabulous, and just recently you got to experience what I meant by these Vetos. They are just an amazing place to spend time. I would definitely have one of these in the setup, and maybe if the family grows any bigger now with the addition of a new puppy in the house, maybe
Plenty of space in the back for the puppy to run around.
100%.
But you know what's also quite nice is the exterior. The graphics that they've got on the side just breaks the color, because it's quite a big space there, but those sort of panels We'll show you guys what it looks like. It's very cool.
We'll hop out in a short while and have a look. But John, we're hitting up these hills here in the northern suburbs, and really no problem whatsoever. This diesel engine's really quirky. They've got a new layout in terms of the display, a very modern looking instrument cluster and infotainment system as well. They've updated the look of the V-Class inside, and specifically this Veto 119 CDI definitely has had a makeover, and it looks really nice.
It's
Elegant
nice,
lines,
user-friendly, cup holders, these armrests, everything's where you need it.
Yeah.
But we are also transporting an important cargo load. We didn't just come with this van.
No, I've got a couple of friends from Ireland in the back seat.
Yeah.
I was wanted to see. John said, "Let's check the space on the all new car." I thought, well, hey, to be sure, I said, get some of my Irish friends. I'll introduce you to them in a short while. I wanted to see if I can get 24 of my closest Irish friends in this car with us while we're driving up the mountain.
So far, so good.
So far, they're very quiet for Irishmen. We're going to show you my Irish friends shortly, but we're going to get to our destination, the one we normally get to when it comes to just having a look at vehicles. It's a beautiful summery day in the middle of winter, which we won't complain about. But what a great vehicle. Priced again at the upper end of the cargo vehicle section and market. I guess if you're transporting really high-end goods and really valuable goods, you want to get to your destination in something that's a little more luxurious than something that's run-of-the-mill. And luxurious, well, look no further than this, the Veto 119 CDI.
I'm loving this. Look at the front. It's actually quite stylish, eh?
Yeah.
Very aero, not so square anymore.
No, design cues are really on point.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually even look like a cargo van at all.
No.
John, look at the design windows in the back there. They made it look like they've actually got windows, but it's a sticker. So that back section over there is a sticker. Yeah. Over there, and I think maybe if we can open up I'll try and see if we can open up the back of this, but
wow,
automatic.
The
side doors also open up automatically. We'll show you how that looks shortly. But look at that.
Look at this.
I mean, you could literally put a little bed inside here.
Little Irish dance.
Little Irish jig inside there.
There's plenty of space in the back here.
You see what I mean by having bikes upright? You didn't even know, straight class and mountain bike and loading room. Sure, plenty of room.
Oh, very, very spacious, very nice. And I suppose you got the option of putting in back seats if you want to.
Yes, nice meals. And have a look at this. Oh, there's my Irish friends. Oh, I'm so glad you guys didn't go anywhere.
Such canning, lads.
Oh, 24 of you. Friend, 24 of you, we'll take you home. Jeez, what a great looking vehicle. Let's just have a quick look inside.
Very nice steering wheel, very spacious.
Inside of the vehicle.
Classy looking as always from work.
Look at that. Yo, lekker vehicle.
Very cool. Very, very, I mean, spacious.
Yeah.
Go on holidays, go golfing tours. You can take it for everything. I mean, you literally can kit that thing out to whatever kind of activity or event you're going to.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah. I've got a huge thanks to Oakley as well, who gave this hamper away.
Oh.
Beautiful Oakley hamper. In there's loads of glasses, a bag, a whole lot of cool things in there. Huge thanks to Seth Hulley and the Oakley team for donating that for a great cause as well.
Also, we're test driving the pre-owned section, and we've got the Amarok 4Motion Bucky that I've been driving from Driving Force.
Let's have a quick look at that Amarok. Right, John, talking about cars, Buckies, there's a handful of Buckies, like the big five of Buckies in South Africa, and in them, and you can use for your imagination in terms of which are the big five, but the VW Amarok certainly a contender in that space of big five Buckies in South Africa. Reliable motor, punchy engine, fantastic all-round vehicle. More of a car than a Bucky, some would say. How have you been enjoying this one from Driving Force?
Yeah, it's a pre-owned Bucky, with obviously diesel engine and 4Motion. It really drives so nicely. Like you say, it's actually very comfortable for a Bucky. Some of the Buckies are quite hard on the road. This one actually absorbs the bumps quite nicely, so it doesn't give you that like kind of real rigid Bucky feel. Very well priced, this vehicle, and very fuel efficient.
Speaking of price,
off-road, this price point is just under 600,000. So, and it's got 80,000 K. So again, it's just that. I mean, what do you buy, for that kind of money these days? The cars are so expensive, and this you can probably also drive to 200,000-300,000 kilometers. So still very, very young for a Bucky, and plenty of space. Got the nice canopy on the back and off-road tires. Put in 4Motion, and it goes anywhere.
I love it. And the winter in Cape Town, Western Cape winters can be nasty. Perfect car for winters in the Western Cape. But we are going to be changing it out because the next 2 days of sunshine before the storm, which means that we're going drop top. He's going to drop it back into that GTS Porsche Boxster, and I've got a 911 Carrera S from our friends at Roller Luxury Collection. Have a great weekend, everybody. Whatever you're driving, you can let us know in the comments down below. And of course, we look forward to you having a look and see again what is brand new on the floor at Driving Force. There we go, lekker.
Very nice.
Busy week in the Fastlane as per usual. Proudly brought to you by Breitling, Betterfy and Sanlam Private Wealth. We'll be back in the Fastlane next week. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Oh, new addition to the Fastlane team. Roxy joins the team. The youngest member of the Fastlane. Ladies and gents, have a look at Roxy.
Oh, gonna be a big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Mate. As Villy and Johan would always say, big dog. Mate. Like, subscribe. We'll join you again next week.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, feel the beat. Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane. So sleek, so sleek. Gotta rev up, hit the street,